Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? Really like that. You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Tuesday morning here inside the studio. Got a great one for you, Jonathan. Not often during the offseason do the football gods smile down upon us and give us an opportunity to be topical with our film study. Today, we got that chance. I had a bunch of film studies loaded up today, ready to record, deciding which one we were going to do. And then Darian Mensah gets, a settlement between he and Duke, allowing him to go wherever he wants. We assume that to be the Miami Hurricanes. So if you're a Miami Hurricane fan today, you're going to learn a lot about your future quarterback, who I am extremely high on. I was high on him at Tulane. How high was I on him at Tulane? I picked the Duke Blue Devils to reach the college football playoff. I was a little bit insane, maybe a little bit early on Darian Mensah making a playoff. He might have an opportunity to do exactly that this year down there in Coral Gables. Super excited to do this with you guys today. Hey, we got a couple of rules around here if you're a new folk or a new audience member, okay? If you learn anything about the game of football today, you must subscribe. If you learn anything about your favorite football team today, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. I'm going to try to be quick, all right, with these player evals. We try to stick with us all offseason. You're going to have a great opportunity to learn more and more about your new coming and new faces and new players on your roster. Excited to do this. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. All righty, Jonathan. Now, the very first thing you're going to notice is shout out to Clemson again for their down distance formation personnel card. We love this. All right, 4th and 4. Okay, now I was watching film today, and I told Jonathan, I was like, God dang, these guys live in 4th down. These guys are constantly going for it on 4th down, and I thought they were really, really good at it because the quarterback executes at a really, really high rate. Come to find out, top 4 in execution rates on 4th down, top 5 in a number of attempts on the year. So they go for it a lot on 4th down. Now, why I think this is important, okay? You're a Miami football team assuming that you're going to get this football player, and you're going to assume that you're going to play in big-time football games, right? Well, Darian Mensah hasn't, all right? He hasn't played in these big-time, high-stakes football games, but he's played a lot of high-stakes moments, right? Played a lot of big-time, gotta-have-it downs, and he does exactly that on quite a few of these downs, okay? So just thought I would note that to start the film study. You're going to see it, man. All right, the other thing that I loved about watching this study, okay, impossible to watch Duke Blue Devil football this year and not realize that 10 and 18 got this really, really unique connection, right? The quarterback and number 18, the wide receiver, y'all stole him too. I think he's in the portal. He's going to end up at Miami. There's a real sense of confidence between these two football players, okay? What you're going to see down here is we got butt to the sideline, Jonathan. We got butt to the middle of the field. We got one over the top. Outside, inside, over the top, right? So this inward breaking square in, or dig rather, from number 18 should run to grass if we go step on the toes of the safety and cut his face off, both with our angle and the ball placement here from the quarterback. That's exactly what we do. Now, you're going to notice as this film study continues that I really love his ball placement, Jonathan, over the middle of the field. These what we call runners are really tough, okay? And here's why. The wide receiver is breaking against us, right? He's going to come into our screen up here to the top right, and he's going to be running from right to left, all right? We're going to have to throw this ball in front and on his numbers, preferably on his face, right? We preferably want to put that ball right here so he can continue to run after the catch and not have to worry about those hands. You see those hands from the DB coming in over the top? It's a really good job by 18, having tough, physical, strong hands. But I love the ball placement there on 4th down. Another example. Same exact drive right here, Jonathan. 4th and 3. Okay, they had no fear and no bones about going for it on 4th down. They felt like they had a good quarterback in order to do so, okay? And a good rapport, again, between him and number 18. I think it's the same type of, connection point between he and number 18 right here. Again, I think it's an NFL football player down here at the bottom, Jonathan. This is Avion Terrell. I think it's going to be one of the best corners in this year's NFL draft class. 18 getting some grass right here against him. Okay? Good ball placement and a good connection point. If you're not going to steal the OC, right, when you steal the quarterback, you better steal his number one target, okay? Now, what do you see about this, Jonathan, that I really, really love from the quarterback right here?
Looks off the safeties, it looks like.
Well, that for sure, right? We keep this safety up out of the picture. But most importantly, where's the pressure coming from, Jonathan? The pressure's coming from the left side of this offensive line, right? From the center over, they've got how many threats? 4, and we have 3, right? And we still have 2 threats over here. So if we're hot anywhere, where are we going to be hot? We're going to be hot off our left side, right? So watch as the ball is snapped. Watch where he works immediately, right? Works away from the pressure, gives us time to operate and allow 18 to get some space, and then we put the ball away from the DB, making the DB work through the body of the wide receiver. A lot of good stuff going on right there on 4th down, okay? I think it's an absolute dot right here versus man-to-man coverage. Okay, we got a little slot fade working right here. We know it's man-to-man coverage because of the way they respond to the motion, right, Jonathan? Boom, that corner bumps out with that wide receiver. Now we got walk down. All right, we got eyes on our option, eyes on our target, right? Eyes on our responsibility as well down here on the bottom. We've got a lot of man-to-man indicators. Quarterback takes his 3 steps, gets to the top of his drop, and it doesn't necessarily look really, really clean right now, does it, Jonathan? But it will as the play develops. We got to trust what we're seeing. We got to trust that man-to-man indicator. We got pre-snap. We got to put a good ball on our wide receiver. It's a great job right there by Mensah as well. Okay? You'll notice today, Jonathan, this is a layup hitter. Okay? If you give this guy layups, he gonna hit all of them. There are not very many missed strikes and missed opportunities that this quarterback leaves on tape. I love that about him, okay? I think he's an insane arm talent too, Jonathan. I don't think he's a tremendous athlete. I think he's very, very akin to that of Carson Beck, right? We have a lot of people labeling quarterbacks dual threats nowadays. I think there's a bar of athleticism that we have to meet. I think he meets that. I don't think he exceeds that, okay? I think we're about a 4.78 athlete. I think Carson was about a 4.84 athlete. I think we're about the same. A little bit more thin, a little bit more linear of an athlete. I think we have way more arm talent, though. I felt like Carson had to have his feet in the ground. He had to trust what he was seeing, and he had to be able to rip it confidently, right? Not so much with this kid, and you'll see this as an exact example right here, okay, Jonathan? We have a switch release down here at the bottom. We're going to be driving into this vertical right here. However, we get into almost like a scramble drill right here. 2 starts working up the sideline. Watch this, okay? So as the play develops, sorry, my screen locked on me. We got low battery mode over here. As the play develops, right, now we're into scramble mode. He starts to run up the sideline. Pocket starts to get real, real dirty. So what's Mensah do? Hey, he just flicks one up. Give me a back shoulder ball right here on 3rd and 10. Let's go pick up a 1st down. How about that? Okay, watch it from the tight. You'll see what I'm talking about with regards to the arm talent. We don't have to have both feet in the ground. We don't have to feel completely confident about our base. We got enough twitch in that arm to get that ball out, okay? And in a good spot, too. You noticing a theme yet, Jonathan? Right? I mean, they lived on it. They did not care. They had all the confidence in the world that this guy would complete everything that he needed to on 4th down, and he does exactly that. We showed this clip on the Khalil Barnes film study, right, Jonathan? Or actually, this is number 6 getting beat across his face. We did show this with number 7 making the tackle the other day. But again, what I'm talking about here with the ball placement, I love this spot. I mean, you can't beat the spot of that ball, right, Jonathan? That's where we need it to be. The other thing that I really, really love about this, we're not waiting, okay? Once we get to the top of our drop, we realize we have the answer. Do you see there's no hitch there? We loaded right into our back foot, and now we're ready to strike and deliver a good ball here on 4th and 7. That's what it's all about right there at the quarterback position.
Almost looks identical to the first one.
Right? It's a very similar concept. We got an inward breaking route against man-to-man coverage. Very similar, okay? Now, the last time we had that bracketed coverage and number 18 was working across the face of the safety. Similar thing here, Jonathan. We've got a safety working against a tight end right here, and we love the leverage across his face. Good job. Now, I tweeted this one, and everybody's like, oh my God, why are you tweeting shitty footwork from the quarterback? Well, you guys aren't watching the All-22. The All-22 has an out and up right here, Jonathan. The tight end's going to work out to the sideline, and he's going to speed up. Now, what we've noticed about college football and about football in general, if there's a double move called, it's probably primary progression. Safe to assume, right? So if that's our primary progression, where should we set our feet on this double move, Jonathan? We should set it to the double move, right? And if that gets clamped on, which it is right now because the safety has moved out of the middle of the field and he's taking the wheel, or the up rather, down the sideline. So now what's open? The skinny, right? The post is wide open, right? Because the safety vacated. Well, my feet were set to the tight end because that's the one we've been waiting to beat him on all damn day. But now the play has progressed and we're a football player. We got open space over here. But my feet are over here. So what do I have to do? I have to win with my arm, right? I have to let my arm win us. So watch us from the tight right here. This is what it looks like to have immense arm talent, okay? Watch us. We're set and our feet are way outside, but we're going to let our arm fix us, okay? I love this. Feet still set out to this out and up, right, Jonathan? We're still working almost down here to the sideline. This ball is going to get put right here. Watch us flick this thing from the side. Look, all of our footwork and all of our body mechanics are working this way, but the arm's good enough to put us back over there. Love that right there. Tremendous ball placement again, right?
Yep.
We don't coach robots. We coach football players, okay? Now, this just got left in here because that damn Avion Terrell is freaking good. Okay, this is Avion Terrell right here. They're trying to work a whip right here, Jonathan. They're going to cut in and whip out. Watch number 8 in his leverage. You know what I mean? I think this kid's going to be playing NFL football for a very, very long time. Now, the question for me is whether or not you have to play him in at the nickel because he is about 5'11". But the football instincts on 8 are just absolutely superb. Second and 10. This is a 2-minute drill right here. Kind of feel like we got to have it. In my notes right here, it says, you cannot, there's no way, they end up scoring on this drive, by the way, but you cannot watch this film and not realize that there's an elite level of trust with him in number 18. All right, and if you were scouting this football player and you didn't immediately try to scout the wide receiver that he was immediately dependent upon, you're probably not doing it right? Like, we loved that John Mateer wasn't just the purchase at Oklahoma last year. It was also Ben Arbuckle, right? If we're not going to steal the coordinator here because we like Shannon Dawson, well, we better steal his most confident weapon, which is number 18. It's a prime example of it right here, okay? Watch him, Jonathan. As we start to receive pressure, as the pocket starts to collapse, we know where 18 is at all times, and we click over to him and give him an opportunity to win. Watch this from the tight, okay? Pockets completely collapsing. We're working to our left in the progression, right? Eyes left, eyes left, eyes left. Pockets collapsed. Well, don't worry. I'm just going to give 18 an opportunity. And that's exactly what he does, okay? Here in 2 minutes, got to have it. A lot of people looking at that as maybe like a risky decision. Calculated risk, okay? I'm okay with calculated risk in a game where, I mean, look at the score already, Jonathan. We know we got to score today, right? We know we got to score a lot of points. I'm okay with the decision, especially because of the way it plays out here in just a second, okay? Yeah, I chalked this. It's so bad I put it on film studies 2 days in a row. You throw a back 2 RPO, I'm firing you. There's no way. I'm at least docking your pay as a coordinator by $100,000. You throw one of these, give me 100 racks. I need it right now. Good coordinators do not throw back 2 RPOs. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Oh, it's another rep of number 8, just being really, really good. All right, we have a predetermined read here, Jonathan. All right, if we get zone coverage, we like this area over here, right? You see all this grass? So we're going to keep our eyes down the middle of the field. We're going to try to hold this hook curl defender, and then we're going to get to our top of the drop, and we're going to rip this comeback right here to the number 2 wide receiver. Now, that's a lot of grass over there, right? Now, what you can't see is he's already got his eyes on there, and we're literally about to get into our back foot. Did you see that right there? We're ready to strike. Now, what could cause a problem right here If the corner's an absolute avatar, like first round Gigatron type of corner, that's exactly what he is. He almost picks this damn football off. He almost picks this football off. Now, this is one of those ones where you look at it and you're like, man, bad decision. No, predetermined decision, great play by the corner. Okay? You tell me, Jonathan, do our eyes right now are on these hook curl defenders like I told you. We're trying to hold these guys. Do our eyes ever have the opportunity to know that Avion Terrell's ratting the shit out of us? No. Okay, so it's not on the cue, it's on the corner. Good job by the corner. God dang, he's good. I told you, he going to hit these layups, big dog. All right, so this is the 2-minute drill. That's why that 2nd and 10 was so pivotal. We're going to push this Tampa mid-hole safety player. We're going to step on his toes and get vertical down the middle of the field. I can promise you right now, I watched 3 games of them, guys. I did not see one of these layups get missed. If you put an explosive on tape, if the coordinator calls one, by God, it's getting hit. All right, and it's getting hit for 6, like this one right here. This is a strider dot, Jonathan. It's put right on his face, right in stride, no questions about it. And doink. I mean, the ball placement on the deep balls was tremendously accurate throughout this study, okay? 2nd and 10 right here again. Everybody knows, hey, this guy right here, it's such a good addition from them. I think they got 2 of these guys now, right, Jonathan? Because on criticals at Miami last year, everybody know who the answer was. It was Malachi Toney. Well, now they got one of these answers in a natural football player in Toney, and they got one of these answers from a rapport standpoint in 18. Okay, so I think it's a good matching of these 2 football players. Now, going to have to find an X. There's no doubt about that, right? Going to have to find an X, but we like his ability to win. Again, that's him against Avion Terrell. That's good space out of a stacked alignment to be created right there against a future NFL football player, and a good ball right there from Mensah. I'm telling you, these inward breaking routes, he don't miss. The ball placement is immaculate. Same thing here. We got another runner, Jonathan. We got another ball running away from us. These are really, really difficult. We showed this on the Clemson film study when we looked at Barnes, right? Because they just felt the propensity to play this number 5. Well, now this number 5 is man-to-man against a 6'5", 230-pound tight end, and we're going to break across his face, and we're going to run away from him nice and easily. But more importantly, again, look at the ball placement, guys. These are in my opinion, the inward breaking dig, right? That dig running this way, and the deep overs running away from us are the 2 hardest throwing balls to throw, right? Because we got pace working back in towards our face, and then we have pace working away from where we're throwing the ball when it's let loose. And look how great of a ball placement this is. Boom, right in the eyes. Do you see the wide receiver be able to track that thing right into the mitts, Jonathan? Look at his eye level. Boom, right into the mitts. That's where we want it right there. We have a very, very low chance of dropping that football in college football if we're that great with the ball placement, okay? I left this on the notes, but it is what it is. Okay, now this drive, it's a 5-minute, got to score drive, clock under 5 minutes in the 4th quarter. Most important thing here is that first down in these types of situations. It's a P&10 play call right here, Jonathan. But what I love about this, again, there is no waiting at the top of our drop. 1, 2, we're back into our back foot. We didn't even get to the full drop, did we? We're ready to throw this ball before he's into his break, aren't we? That's what it's got to be, okay? It's got to be that early, because if we were a hair late, I do think Sammy Brown might have a chance to get a tip on that. Oh, this was huge from the coordinator. Look at this. 3rd and 7, 4.5 minutes, down 7 points in the 4th quarter in our own end. Middle of the field's wide ass open, isn't it, Jonathan? Middle of the field's wide ass open. We got nobody running the mid-hole. Linebackers concerned about running the football. None of these 2 guys getting any type of depth at all. We've got a necking one running right down the middle of the field. Same thing with the quarterback, right? No wasted time. We're getting right to the top of our drop. We're trusting what we're seeing. We're trusting that the coach actually has a winner, and we're hitting that sucker. Boom. Big-time explosive in a 95-yard drive that's going to ultimately win us the football game. I'm telling you, we will not miss layups. All right, we will will not. So we have to put this on our coordinator to get us a bunch of these, okay? We got to get ourselves a bunch of these layups because the quarterback will 100%, okay, hit these suckers, all right? Now, on 3rd and 7 right here, Jonathan, I put this on the tape because we got it on the board over here, right? Have eyes in front. As a note for quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, we got to have eyes in front of our targets because guess what? Their eyes are on the ball, right? They're looking at the ball. They can't see what's in front of them, so we got to be able to do it for them. We got this square in over here, Jonathan. We're reading box count. Box looks a little heavy, doesn't it? So we're probably going to spit this thing out. However, we got a safety lingering, don't we? So we don't want to run him on this slant. We don't want to run him into this safety. We kind of want to stop him once he gets good grass, all right, away from the corner, and that's exactly what we do. We got good grass right here. It's actually not this safety. It's the cover one wrap player right here in Barnes that could take our head off if we try to lead this guy too far out in front. But what are we going to do? We're going to stop him, right? We're going to put it on his back hip, allow him to protect himself, give us a chance to convert another 4th down. They go on to convert that 4th down. They run the ball a little bit into the box a little bit later. They convert a 2-point drive or 2-point conversion. They win the football game against Clemson. All right, let's flip over and watch this Arizona State football game, his last game of the year.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick break to give a big-time shout-out to our friends over at Sleeper, our premier sponsor on the year, and they're doing a great job. The #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats. It's that simple. Over on Sleeper, you can get up to 100x payouts, share with your friends, and get rewarded together. Use promo code Brooks today over on Sleeper and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Again, promo code Brooks on Sleeper gets you 100% deposit match today up to $100. Sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. I want to give you a quick tutorial of how friendly and how easy it is over there on Sleeper today. We're going to scroll over to the college football tabs at the top right there, and then you can see we've got all the quarterbacks ready for their pass yardage with their total yardages set. We've got rushing yardages for both quarterbacks and running backs, receiving yards, all that good stuff, passing touchdowns. And here's what I am looking at today, guys. Looks really, really juicy. Jamal Haynes, half a touchdown total in this matchup this weekend against Oklahoma. Come on, guys. One place to be this year, Sleeper. Promo code Brooks. We appreciate those guys.
All right, Jonathan, we love a layup hitter and a bucket getter, right? Those are the 2 things we need at a quarterback position. I need a layup hitter, I need a bucket getter. Well, this is exactly what he is. He's a layup hitter. There is no doubt. When you give him explosive layups, things that should feel like pitches and catches on routes on air, he's going to hit these suckers. So here's what's happening right here. He's got his eyes on this safety, Jonathan. These 2 safeties are playing real aggressive into the box, aren't they? Well, everybody else is in man-to-man coverage. They're playing what we call 2-man. All right, he's in man, he's in man, he's in man, he's in man. They got 2 safeties for help. However, as we run this slot fade, if this safety squats, it's a one-on-one opportunity, isn't it? All right, well, what's this safety doing, Jonathan? We got a low battery notification over here. What's that safety doing? He's squatting like hell, isn't he? So we got a big-time winner right here to our slot receiver, and by God, we gonna hit it. I mean, in stride, ain't no doubt, all right? I love this about him. I love the fact that all of our deep ball opportunities are in stride, man. Like, we don't miss these very often, and that's a really good thing to see in a college quarterback, okay? Because we're going to have these opportunities, there's no doubt. I have a full 100% confidence in the fact that Miami will have explosive opportunities at the wide receiver position next year. It's about whether or not the quarterback can hit them in stride like that, okay? I mean, the deep ball accuracy, Jonathan, it's superb, okay? We got another shot opportunity right here from the slot, okay? They're trying to bail this safety into that high hole. See number 5 getting out of the box right here? All right, now he's got to settle his hips, and now we got a mid-hole player, we got a deep half player, and a deep half player. We're going to double move this deep half player at the top, and he's slap cooked. Boom. We got a winner, right? Well, we got a winner if we put the ball on the weapon. All right, that's exactly what Mensah does right here. Also, the rare time you see a wide receiver in the midst of his route cover his eyes from the sun and still catch the football. Very rarely do I see this right here and you ultimately catch that football. But I know why you caught the football. Damn thing caught him, didn't it? I mean, that damn thing caught him. That's as good as we get from a downfield shot right there from Mensah. Great job. Okay? Now, it's the one negative I had in 2 games that I watched him. Down distance formation personnel. Don't know if you can tell down here, Jonathan, but it's 2nd and 4. Okay, it's 2nd and 4. We're going to drive vertically into this short side of the field over here with the number 1 wide receiver, and we're going to take that tight end, and we're going to spray him right in and out toward the sticks. Why aren't we throwing that football?
Good question.
You know what I mean? Why aren't we throwing that football? Because what we're about to do is eat it, all right? We're going to take a negative angle out of this pocket. We're not going to be able to avoid it, and we're going to throw this thing away. Now, if we got an unlucky call from the zebra back there, that might be grounding. And now we're in what? We're in 3rd and 12? You know what I mean? Coach gave us an opportunity to convert the sticks. Let's convert the freaking sticks. Let's do that, okay? Especially because, again, where are you going, right? Where are you going next year? We're going to Miami. What did Miami pride themselves on last year? Matriculating drives, right? Controlling the clock, being willing to take what the defense is giving them, lean on their defense, lean on their run game. I need you to be able to do that, okay? I need you to not have any turndowns on tape. No turndowns, okay? None. We got to rip that football, especially when you see it from the tight. I mean, my God, we got so much leverage. Guys, that's the dude responsible to getting out there and undercutting that football. He's got no chance. Rip the tight right now. All right, another negative right here. This is an absolute no, 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 no. We cannot do this, okay? We have a comeback down here, all right? We're going to throw this really, really late because we're going to work to our left side with the progression. I'm fine with you throwing. I'm not fine with you throwing late. I'm really not okay with the way that we decided to do so. Eyes are left, all right? And we just kind of flip that over there, don't we, Jonathan? We don't get our lower half into that. That's not the same mechanics we've been seeing from this kid all day. We just kind of flip that one. Now, 18's got a tremendous amount of space down here, doesn't he, Jonathan?
Yeah.
All right, but what happens if we flail this football because we didn't get our full body into it? That corner's going to have an opportunity to work his way back down into it, doesn't he? Okay. Hey, if we're going to work to the right side of the progression when starting left, and that's our last read, buddy, we better get our cleats in the ground and rip the piss up out the football. Can't be flailing that one out there. All right? We about went the other way with that one. Can't do that. You can really see it from the tight. All right? Don't love these mechanics. I know we're extremely talented with our arm, but we're really, really lazy over there, aren't we? We're real, real lazy, and we almost lose one to the other side. I do think he's disciplined with his reading, though, right? How he works through his progressions, I think he does so with the way in which he is coached, okay? We have waggle. It's a very old school concept right here. I've been running this one for years, right? We got the deep post, we got a deep over, and then we're going to work that secondary level over right here. Now, we read these top down or bottom up, depending on how you're coached. I'm a top down approach guy. So the top is the post, right? Post looks like it's taken away, doesn't it? Okay, the next level is that deep over. That deep over is cooked, right? We got 2 on it. So what are we at? We're at the bottom level of our progression, and watch how quickly the quarterback gets to it. The ball's already out, okay? The ball's already out. We're ready to go. I love a disciplined approach in our progression plan. Let's see if we can see it in his eyes right here. Post, okay? Post, deep over. We don't like it because he's squatting. Boom, right down to the number 3 read in the progression. There's number 18 again. Not all interceptions are created equally. I left this on the film study for this reason. We got 9 seconds left in the quarter, right, Jonathan? Or left in the half, rather. Okay, we can see that. Ball's at the middle of the field with 9 seconds left. They have no timeouts. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what can we do? We can do whatever we want with the football. We can do absolutely whatever we want with the football, all right? But here's the deal. We have to get a chunk play right here to get any type of field goal range. Okay, so we're going to try to work the deep over again right here into a very, very crowded window. We're going to let it rip anyways. And I'm okay with it because we're just trying to compete and we know the situation. Now, if there were 48 seconds left in the second half or in the second quarter, I would lambaste your ass for throwing this football. Okay, I would. I would absolutely. He's trying to fit that into that window over here. I would lambaste you for trying to throw that. But there's 9 seconds left before the half. I don't give a shit, son. I'm fine with you competing. Okay? You know why? Because it's not going to cost us anything. Look, they didn't score, did they? They didn't score. We're getting the ball better. They got the ball back after the half. We had to be aggressive. Okay? Now, this note right here, Jonathan says, he is a pocket competitor when need be. I don't feel as if I ever watched him just, whoa, where are you going? Hey, we got to stand in there. You know what I mean? I didn't see any of these, a lot of young quarterbacks with these negative tendencies to just spin out of pockets going backwards. I don't see that from him. In fact, I see more so of a willingness to compete. So we're going to have a one-on-one opportunity over here, I believe it is. All right, boom, right there, one-on-one with the corner. And it's really our only opportunity to play hot, right, Jonathan? We have 3 options right here in the route tree. I think we've got a vertical going here. The tight end's going to work a comeback over in the middle of the field. And then we got another vertical down here. So if we are going to play hot, which we need to, because look at the pocket, by the way. If we are going to play hot, we got to play hot to one of the 2 verticals. And I'm okay with him working to the field side because the safety is indeed down on the bottom. All right. So this is how we go through all of our reads and our progressions, right? All right. We have this go. All right. We have a comeback here, and we have this go. This safety sunk himself into the middle of the field, Jonathan. So if we're going to play hot to one of these verticals, where should we play? Right, away from this guy. Okay, away from this guy. He's making the right decisions here. And I love that. I mean, look at the shot that we take right here, Jonathan. The willingness to compete. I don't think 18's ready to play as hot as he needs to right here. Okay, we take an absolute shot right there from 8. And guess what? 18 doesn't know the ball's coming. Okay, he doesn't look for the ball until right now. Last play I got for you, all right, because I know what the game is. I think people are going to look at Darian Mensah and look at Carson Beck and go, oh, Miami just got a much more athletic quarterback. I think he's a decent athlete. I don't think he's an elite athlete. I think he's good enough, right? I think he's good enough to do this type of stuff, okay? Oh, everybody's covered? That looks about 4.78, huh? Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not like some burner. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really clean prospect. It fits what Miami wants.
Yeah, I think he's really, really clean. I think he's got a tremendous amount of arm talent. I'm excited to see what he can do in a system that might actually protect him a little bit more. There's a lot of dirty pockets in that film right there. Hey, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Love you. Bye.